Hello everyone. Um, it's your boy Dave, and Facebook have launched what they call Libra, their own cryptocurrency, um, and it is going viral. People are having mixed reactions to it, and many people don't even understand what is this Libra. What do we make of it? Okay, we know that it's Facebook cryptocurrency, but what does it mean for us? Does it mean, or how does it even affect my income? Will it increase my income? Is there a way I can benefit from it? So, as somebody that has been into cryptocurrency, I will explain what Libra is. But before I start, first of all, let me just show you all the companies that Facebook is trying to bring together. So Facebook is trying to bring together all these companies. You see Visa here, you see Lyft, you see Stripe, you see eBay, Spotify, Coinbase, PayPal, PayU, one way that helps process payments in Nigeria. See Uber, see MasterCard. So these are companies that Facebook is bringing together to start using Libra. And Facebook is able to pull them together because Facebook, all 97% of people on the internet in the world have Facebook accounts. So if Facebook invites you to a meeting that has to do with payment, you better be going because you don't want to be left out. That's why they were able to pull all these people. All right, but let me just give you a little flashback. Around January last year, who remembers? Around January last year, or was it 2017? I can't remember again. I think it's around 2017. I told you guys here that you should go buy cryptocurrencies. Who remembers then? That I made some videos here from my cryptocurrency channel. I came over to this channel and I said, hey guys, that you should go buy cryptocurrencies. And then I remember that the free says something about that too. And I remember saying that if your pastor was actually a good prophet, you know, most pastors claim to be prophets. If those pastors were actually good prophets, they would have told the congregation that the best financial decision they could take in 2009, far back as 2009, was to buy a Bitcoin. Then Bitcoin was at 7 naira per coin. One Bitcoin was 7 naira then. And now one Bitcoin is about 3 million naira. Even though Bitcoin fell, all right, it fell from around 9, but now it's around 3 million naira. One Bitcoin. Okay, so, and I was telling people then that you guys should go get Bitcoin. That this is not the highest it has reached. That Bitcoin will still go up further. It will still blow. And people should go get it. So some people immediately even chatted me up. How do I buy? What do I do? I told them, look, I go to this other website, buy it. Go to this other one, register this, that. I gave some people some guide then. Go buy Bitcoin and whatever then. And I said, it's fire and forget. It's a kind of investment you buy and chill. You buy it, you just forget about it. Just make sure you know where your keys are so that you can be able to get it back whenever you want. But forget it. So I remember saying all that then. And eventually I also said that eventually when you want to buy it, when you want to get it back, you should make sure that the Bitcoin is higher than what it was when you bought it. Okay, so but the thing is that so many people bought it then with the mind of the way you make money from MMM, because MMM was raining then, right? So many people thought Bitcoin was the same thing as MMM, where you put money this week and in 5 days you bring money out. And I was saying that time that this is not that kind of investment. It's like investing in, you don't invest more in stocks today and you want to cash out tomorrow. No, it's a long-term thing. You study the company, and once you're convinced that the company will succeed in 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years, you buy it and chill, fire and forget. So now that Facebook is coming in to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin fell last year, fell by more than half, and people were like, yes, we said that this thing is a scam. Even some pastors, I've seen at least a preaching of some of the pastors that were saying, didn't I tell you that Bitcoin will fall? And I was telling people this thing is not falling, it's being manipulated. Some big companies want to go into cryptocurrency, and what they did was they manipulated it to fall down. One thing Facebook did was Facebook blocked adverts. Other small cryptocurrency companies couldn't advertise on Facebook. And then when they went to Google, Google blocked it too. They went to Twitter, Twitter blocked it too. Instagram blocked it. So there was no place to advertise new cryptocurrencies. So because of that, the publicity fell. And since the publicity fell, more people weren't going into it. And the reason why they blocked it is what? Of course, you've seen Libra. Because they wanted to launch their own. And they wanted to launch it so that it would be at the time so that they can get into the market at a cheaper rate. So I remember explaining this thing. There's no how you've been following my channel for 2 years now that you didn't hear me explain that very well. And I said, go and get it. Forget whether it's falling or whatever. Go get it. What you should be looking at is not the current state. What you should be looking at is the technology itself. Is this technology the technology that will take over the world? If it's going to take over the world, you better get in before it does that. Alright, once you get in on time, when it's blowing throughout the whole world and millions of people are getting in, the price will rise so that it becomes the best investment that you've made. I explained all these things then. So the reason why I'm saying this now is that because somebody chatted me up the other day, and she was telling me about did I hear about Facebook? So I was like, yes, I heard about it. So what of your investment? She said she has been taking out money from it. I said, why? Are you? Is it that you don't have money again? She said no. That once she saw that it started falling, she quickly went and started withdrawing funds from it. Imagine. So, and I remember explaining that you don't lose until you try to withdraw at a loss. That's the way investment works. All right. Stock investment, forex, Bitcoin, all those investments. There is a concept behind it. It's like buying a land. Let's say you buy a land in a community at 10,000 naira, or you buy one plot 10,000 naira, and that community starts having issue, maybe intertribal violence and all. Everybody runs away. Nobody wants to build anything on that land again. You see, the value of that land has fallen because if you try to sell it, you will sell it. Let's say people will be pricing you 2,000 naira, 1,000 naira for that land. Okay, this thing I'm telling you happened in some places in the north. So all of a sudden, due to violence, your land, the value of your land falls. But the thing is that if you don't sell that land, you have not lost. Even though the value has fallen, it doesn't affect anything. You have not lost. Because let's say in 5-10 years, a new government might come in and stop the violence, and everybody will return to their community, and they start building institutions around. Once they put on a university close to that land, the value of that land will shoot through the roof because so many people will be needing that land to build stuff. So a land you bought 10,000 naira, you might find yourself selling it at 100,000, but you don't actually make profit until you complete a sale. So you can't make profit or loss until you sell. You get? So whatever the value of the land is, it doesn't mean anything to you until you decide to sell. So by the time you're selling it, if you sell higher than you bought it, then you've made profit. If you sell lower, then you've not made profit. In the case of cryptocurrency, most people, once they heard that the cryptocurrency was dropping last year, most of them quickly sold. So selling lower than you bought it is loss. That's how they made a lot of losses. So now Facebook has proven what I was saying then, that I was correct, that it was an artificial loss. Artificial, fall. The cryptocurrency was not actually falling. There's no way a technology as solid, as good as that will fall. It can only change, but it will not fall. So and I was saying then it was being manipulated by some giants. So now Facebook has launched Libra. So Libra is a coin that will be used to make transactions within Facebook. So you can now send money within Facebook and all, you exchange money and all, would use Facebook for payment. You know what this means? It's going to kill a lot of businesses. For instance, the US dollar will be useless. So the US government has made a move immediately to stop Facebook. They say they want to investigate Facebook for this coin first. Alright, so Facebook is going to appear before their Congress and all, and they want to be sure that what Facebook is going to do will not jeopardize the US dollar. You understand? So this Libra coin has been halted for now until Facebook sorts out the legal issues with their government. All right. So if they're able to scale through their government, this will be one of the biggest coins ever. It's going to be the biggest ever because Facebook basically rules the internet. Okay. So Google has invested in cryptocurrencies too. So some people will be asking me, is this a good time to buy cryptocurrency? As usual, what I just tell people is what I would do. All right. I personally would do. You decide what to do from the advice I gave or what I explained I would do. Okay. So usually, I remember that time I told people clearly in crypto, the thing is we don't fully know where this thing will go. All right. How big it will get or how small it will get. So, but the worst thing you can do is totally missing out. Imagine in 5 years time, 2030, you are saying, damn, if I had known in 2019 when Dave was saying this, I would have invested. It's worse than saying, I invested money I didn't need then, it didn't turn to anything. So in crypto, I normally advise you just go invest money that you don't need. All right, money you can do away with. If you're a student, 5K, 10K, it's okay. All right, just fire and forget. Put it there, buy some Bitcoin or Ethereum. Okay, just chill. Or Ripple. Just buy it and chill. Forget the price. Chill. Just make sure that you know exactly how to access it once you want to access it. By the time you finish your schooling, let's say you bought it in 100 level, by the time you finish in 500 level, at least 5 years must have passed and it must have matured to something. So if you're not a student and whatever, find money you know that usually what they advise people is 5 to 10% of your savings in the bank. If you have savings, just look at 5 to 10% money that basically if you take it out, it will not affect anything. That's what you use for crypto. All right. So once you have that, and once you have that investment, you can chill. Whatever they're doing, let them just do whatever they're doing. Eventually, when you hear, just note the price you bought it, so that once you start growing astronomically, you can decide to sell. All right. So I'm going to stop here, and I'll keep you updated as this whole Libra thing goes. And but let me just tell you the little difference that many people don't understand. What's the difference between Libra and Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency. Of course, everybody knows that. You understand? And it's the biggest because that's the cryptocurrency that many people have to buy first before they're able to buy other cryptocurrencies. For instance, if you wanted to buy Libra, Libra may not work like that, but if you wanted to buy something like Ethereum and so on, usually you have to buy Bitcoin first, then exchange it for Ethereum. Okay, so look at what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is trustless. There is no company or an organization that owns Bitcoin. You understand? Bitcoin is based on everybody owning it. So if I go and buy a Bitcoin now, I become a decision maker for Bitcoin. You understand? If I sell Bitcoin, it affects the price. If I buy Bitcoin, it affects the price. 0.0001% of the Bitcoin, it will affect the price. If I buy a large portion of Bitcoin, it will largely affect the price, you see? So there's no company that is determining anything. Okay? And as long as there's still somebody out there that owns Bitcoin, Bitcoin cannot go out of existence. Alright? Bitcoin cannot be hacked because all the miners own a copy of the database. You get what I'm saying? So if you hack one computer in, let's say, Lagos, Nigeria, it doesn't one Bitcoin computer, it doesn't mean jack, because all the computers in the world that mine Bitcoin own a full copy of the complete database of Bitcoin. So to hack Bitcoin, you have to hack at least 51% of the computers totally. So it's impossible to hack because nobody can gain access to 51% that easily. All right. But in Facebook's case, Facebook is the only company that owns Libra. So Libra is not trustless. We have to trust Facebook to maintain Libra. You get? So what Facebook does is you pay them your dollars or your naira, they give you Libra coins. Now they have taken real money. Now they're giving you coins. You understand? So you're exchanging real hard-earned money for coins, hoping that that coin will go up in value, hoping that you can be able to buy more things with that coin easily instead of the restrictions that your currency provides, like in naira. Naira might provide you a restriction that the moment you leave Nigeria, you can't spend Naira. You have to look for a conversion method and all. But with Libra, you can spend it anywhere. So that's why you're exchanging your hard-earned money for Libra. And Facebook is holding your money while you're holding a coin. What if they decide to manipulate the price of that coin? You can't do anything. All right, so we have to trust that Facebook will keep to their word, and they will maintain the currency, and they will prevent it from failure. So it's trust. So which is the same thing that the citizens do to a government with respect to the currency. We are trusting the central bank to keep to their word on the currency, not to print too much. Right? We are trusting the government to maintain the economy, so that the money that we are having, that they are giving us, will not lose value. If the government messes up, the money you have will lose value. So you still have money, but what you can buy with it will be less. You understand? If your money loses 50% value, for instance, like what happened in Nigeria between 2014 and 2015, Nigeria's money lost 50% value. It was exchanging at 180 naira per dollar. Then it jumped to 360 naira per dollar. So it lost almost 50% of its value. So if your money, if 10,000 naira could buy, let's say, a bag of rice before, in 2014, by the end of 2015, 10,000 naira can only buy half bag of rice. So you still have the same 10,000 naira, but the value has dropped. Okay, so fiat currencies that are used by countries, it's trust based. The people have to trust the government to fulfill their own part of the bargain to maintain the value of the currency. And the same thing with CBN. Like in the case of Idi Amin. Idi Amin had decided to mandate his central bank to print more money. You understand? The guy did not understand how money works. So he was like, why can't central bank just print money? He went to central bank and ordered them to print an excess money. And I think the CBN governor refused and he shot him or something. I can't remember the exact story. Then he appointed his deputy. The deputy now printed so much money. Because there's so much money in circulation, the money that the people had in their hands lost value. You understand? Because scarcity is what creates value for money. So now there is everybody now, there's so much money now, the money lost value. That's inflation. Hyperinflation was triggered. Even in Zimbabwe, there was hyperinflation. A loaf of bread cost around 200 million Zimbabwe dollars. 200 million. So that's the main difference between Bitcoin and Libra. So Libra is owned by Facebook, okay? So it's trust based, but Bitcoin is trustless. I'll keep you updated, keep updating you, and I wanted to make sure I make a comprehensive video to explain everything to people, how it works and all. And if you want to buy cryptocurrency, you can go to a website. There are many websites you can buy it. You can just Google, all right? But if you're in Nigeria, an easy website to buy, LUNO, luno.com, all right? Luno.com, luno.com. Then if you are looking for if you are in the US or UK, then you can use if you're in US or UK, you can use coinbase.com, coin, 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 then BASE.com, coinbase.com. So Coinbase does not work for Nigerians in Nigeria. Nigeria is not a supported country, okay, in Coinbase. But if you're in the US or UK, you can buy from there, and Coinbase will send you an ATM card. So you can now spend your Bitcoin through an ATM card. They have started publishing ATM cards. Okay. Alright guys, thank you very much. See you guys. I hope I gave enough information. If you have more questions about this Bitcoin and whatever, feel free to ask in the comments. I'll be right there to answer your questions. Okay. Alright, thank you very much. See you.